do you learn from adversity? Would you like to share with the audience? Because most people only look at successful people like you and say, oh, everything, life has been, one long road to success. But maybe just give them a little perspective of adversity that you might have faced, and how you sort of overcame that.
I think I'm grateful that I don't think I've faced a lot of great adversity, right? Probably in the rearview mirror, things look smaller than they were at the time, right? I think some of the learnings I've had, and this is probably, I think having spent 20 years or 20 plus years in corporate, you realize that you don't overreact to success and you also don't overreact to adversity. I think it's a little bit of the adversity is an event at a point of time. I think it's about how you deal with it or how you react to it, which is more important than the event itself, right? And I remember, right, I used to spend so much time in Africa. I built a big career and home in North Africa between 2007 to 11. And then overnight, there was Arab Spring. And everything collapsed, right? The offices I'd helped build collapse. My client platforms collapsed. And again, now sitting now in 2022, they seem very minor, right, to what was actually going on in the region and what I've seen since then, right? I think you probably, when you face adversity, I think the first reaction is to hunker down and then to blame yourself, blame people around you, blame everything you can. I think the most positive thing is to just move forward. I think things get reinvented. In fact, 6 months after Arab Spring, I was happy to go back to Egypt and do a little bit of work here and there. But it opened new doors, right? I always believe adversity is just closing down older doors and opening new doors. And if you can just, again, keep a positive outlook and don't allow it to weigh down, it helps. Again, 90% of what happens is how you react to it. It's not the adversity in itself, right? I remember I had a freak, I don't know, I picked up a freak virus, right, in 2018-19, right, doing mountain hiking, which I never do, right, but I did it. And then as an outcome of that, I had to spend like nearly 3-4 months in the hospital, right, which is very unlike me, right? I'm not a person who's ever spent any time in the hospital, right? That's what teaches you that, listen, in an instant, life can be gone, right? So a minor career setback here, there, you don't get a promotion, you don't get a job you like, right? That doesn't really matter, right? It's about how you respond to things, and you have to fundamentally believe that you are living in an opportunity-rich world. I think, frankly, for everyone who's living in India today or living in, fortunate to live in developed economies, there are so many opportunities for you to build careers, opportunities to professionally develop, do personal things. If you have an opportunity-rich mindset, you will never be weighed down by adversity. If you believe that you've missed something and that's the last door to open for you, it will weigh you down, right? As I've said, adversity has always opened new doors. I think you should just be in the right mindset to look at those doors and walk through them when it presents to them. So that's it. I think in hindsight, to kind of poverty and suffering we see in India and around the world, what we face is nothing, right? So again, there's always a sense of magnitude and a sense of what happens, right? So in hindsight, when people say, what have you learned from adversity? First, I really look down and see, was it really adversity or a minor bump in the road, right? And yes, everyone has been grateful. I am kind. God has been kind that there has not been real adversity. But when it comes, you just take it in your stride and move forward. I think things tend to resolve themselves usually. And it's about how you react to the situation versus what happens in the situation.